I've never done anything like this before, so I'm gonna try this out and see how it goes. Hey everyone, so today I thought I'd do a different kind of video. I haven't done anything like this before. I thought I would do a Disney planning on a budget video, because if you're just tuning in now, or you're just randomly just watching this video, or you just, I don't know. I'm going to Disneyland for my birthday in November, and I think this is like the first time, no, it's not the first time I've planned to go to Disneyland on a budget, but it's like one of the first times that I've like, you know, put the whole trip together like myself, and like I'm paying for pretty much everything. So I just thought I'd make a video to show you guys that you can go to Disneyland on a budget and have fun. So I am actually going with my best friend Sarah, and this is the second time that we're going to Disneyland together. Last time was in like over the summer, and yeah, I wanted to go for my birthday. And one thing that I'm not going to talk about too much in here, I guess I'll touch on it for a second, is that I'm not going to really talk about tickets because I have an annual pass, so I don't really have to like worry about the tickets. But I'm going to be real here for a minute. This is like the only other time I'm going to mention specific dollar amounts, but I just wanted to show you that it is possible. I have a budget of $600, and then you're like, what? That's crazy. But yeah, I'm making it work because Disneyland is my life and I need to go for my birthday. So yeah, that is my budget. So I'm just gonna go over like what I did, like how I planned like each thing. I have like a list of things and like the dollar amounts and stuff, so I'm just gonna stop rambling and get on with the point. So the first thing that you're probably gonna want to think about is how you're gonna get there, whether it be you're flying or you're taking a train or you're driving. In our case, we're driving. Originally I was going to rent a car because my car is like old. It's not that it's old, it's just wouldn't make it through to LA. So I was gonna rent a car, but recently Sarah got a car, so we're gonna take her car, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're driving down there. So the only thing that I have to worry about in those terms are gas. Like I'm paying for gas, of course, you know, it's my trip, I wanted to go, so I'm paying for gas. So I put aside, you know, some money for that. And then also I put aside a little bit of money for in case, you know, something happens. Like you never know what's gonna happen. Like you forget something and you need to buy it, or say something or like happen to like the car, or you know, you just never know like what can happen. So you need to have some money set aside for stuff happens. So I have that. And then the next thing you're gonna want to do is look at where you're gonna stay. Now you can book your stay through the Disneyland website and, you know, do it that way, and you can make payment plans. I think initially you have to deposit like $200, and for me, just because I had that really specific budget, it was actually cheaper for me to go do it myself. And so what I do when I go places, most of the time I book my hotel stays through hotels.com. So what I do is I go on there and I type in the dates that I want. You know, you just type in the dates that you want and the city that you want, and it will give you a list of all the hotels that are in the area, and it also gives you a list of hotels that are in like the city surrounding. So like Buena Park or Fullerton or Staten or something like that. Yeah, those are like cities surrounding like Anaheim. So, you know, you can look at all of those. And since I'm paying for this, and this is a little different, I don't have like bunch of like extra money to spend on really nice places. And when you think about it, basically the only thing we need a hotel for is to sleep and to shower. So yeah, so I sorted the hotels at the top of hotels.com. You can sort it by price highest to lowest or lowest to highest. I go with the price lowest to highest, and then it'll list all the hotels, and then I just click on the one that is like the cheapest first, but then I always go on there and I always check the reviews. That's something really important that you want to check. Always check the reviews, no matter what hotel it is, or motel, or whatever, inn, or anything like that. Check the reviews. I cannot say that enough. There's like 3 or 4 like bad reviews, and then like all the rest of the like 100 of reviews are like good reviews. Then you can pretty much most of the time go with the people that have the good reviews, because some people just like to complain, and yeah. So we are actually staying at an inn in Buena Park, which is like 10 minutes from Disneyland, so it's not far at all. So yeah, it's not like a dump, but it's not like extravagant or anything. But yeah. So that's what I did for that. And the next thing that you're going to want to think about is your food budget. Now, this is something that you kind of really have to think about. And I guess the best way of going about doing that is to plan out your day. Like, how many days are you going to be there? Like for us, it's going to be like 2, 2.5, 3, somewhere around there, 2.5, I don't know. So I just put aside, like, I've been to Disneyland like probably like more times I didn't even count. Like, I honestly couldn't even tell you how many times I've been there, so I kind of like know like the prices of things. And if you've never been to Disneyland, then this might be a little difficult to like gauge like how much you're gonna spend on food, because you don't know like the prices of it. But there is a website that you can go to that will list all of the restaurants at Disneyland and California Adventure, and it will tell you the price of every food item and like character dinings and all that. It will tell you the price of everything, so that way you can plan it out and make a food budget if you know like what you're gonna eat. Doing it that way kind of helps you save money a little bit. So the name of that website is allears.net. I'll put that right here, allears.net. It also has all the prices for Disney World as well if you're going to Disney World. I don't know, I've never been to Disney World, so yeah, but you know that. So what I did was I put aside a specific amount of money for the 2 days, like for like breakfast and for like lunch, and then like snacking throughout the day, because of course you go to Disneyland, you're gonna want snacks. Like, that's, yeah. So I put aside that, and then on top of that, we're also doing 2 dining experiences. We're going to have dinner at Wine Country Trattoria, and we're going to do a character dining at the Plaza Inn for breakfast. So I put aside money for that as well. I'm paying for that too, so I did that. And the last thing is that I have on my list of in my budget is spending money, because of course you're going to Disneyland, you're probably going to want to buy some souvenirs or something for yourself or for someone else. So I also have budgeted for that. So yeah. And also, since it is my birthday, and since it is going to be my birthday, I already know that I'm like getting some Disney money from my mom, so I'll have that. And then if someone asks what I want for my birthday, I'm going to say Disney gift cards, because I want to spend money on Disneyland. So I'm probably going to be walking around Disneyland, and you're going to see everyone that has on their Mickey ears or their Minnie ears, and you're going to be like, oh, I want some of those. But you're like, wow, those are really expensive. So what do? You can do what I did, which I probably will when I go buy some mini ears, but if you really just want some ears and you don't want to spend that kind of money, here you go. I'm going to show you 3 pairs of ears that I got that are mini ears, and they're really comfortable and well made, but they're not like the Disney price. So first we have these. They're really big. And there's just a red bow and black ears, and they're sparkly. And I got these for $6 at Walgreens. I have these, which are much smaller. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but they're considerably smaller, but they're still really well made. They're cheaper feeling, but they're like really well made. Like, yeah. And I think I got these for like $5 off of Amazon. They're really well made and they're super cute. And then the last pair that I got were a little bit more expensive, but still cheaper than what you would pay at Disneyland, are these Snow White ears that I got off of Etsy, and I'll put the name of her shop in the bottom in the description. These were, I believe, like $12. I think it was like $16.50 with shipping. So yeah. Another tip that you might want to use is to keep yourself from spending, like, if you're using like a debit card like I am, like you have like your bank account, you don't want to like go over or anything over your budget. What you can do is Disneyland accepts Disney gift cards, and so for pretty much anything, you can buy merchandise, you can use it in like any restaurants, any place in like downtown Disney, like anywhere in Disneyland, you can pretty much use your Disney gift cards. So I don't have them yet because I'm going to buy them next month, but I'm going to buy that for my spending money. I'm going to get Disney gift cards, and also for our dining, I'm going to use Disney gift cards. That way I don't put it on my debit card and like risk of like going over budget or anything. So I don't have to like worry about like checking my bank account like after every transaction. I'm gonna just, you know, have the cards and let that be that. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm so sorry if this video was like all over the place. I didn't write down any notes. I kind of just went with what I had on my paper, and yeah, which isn't really much. So yeah, sorry about that, but I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope I helped at least one of you, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye. And then another thing that you want to do, of course, is you want to have spending money. I mean, unless you just want to go to Disneyland and just get on the rides and not spend any money on any souvenirs or anything, then, you know. So when you go to Disneyland, you're going to see a ton of people. Like almost everyone is going to have like mini ears or like Mickey hats or like silly hats or any kind of like stuff like that. So you're probably gonna be like, oh, well, I want some mini ears, or I want some a Mickey hat or something like that. Then Mickey ears. You're probably gonna be walking around the store. So for this recipe, you will need some bell peppers, any color of your choice. You will need about 3 medium or 2 large, like I have, depending on how much you like. you will need 2 medium onions,